The meeting has started. Today we're doing election speech. I hope I spelled everything right. Uh, that looks right. We're doing election speeches today. Today's agenda, election speeches. So, here are our candidates. We got Isabel Cantoran running for president, treasurer, or secretary. We got Lucia Iniguez running for president or treasurer. We got Marco, how do you say your last name?
Say Joson.
Joson? I can say it, but how do you say it?
Well, everyone says Joseph, but the correct pronunciation is Joson. Silent J.
Okay, we got Marco Hossam running for president. We got Jacob Carrasco running for president, treasurer, or secretary, and Ethan Pham running for treasurer or secretary. So, you guys are going in that order. So, Isabel,
Hello, GDC links. Hello, GDC links. So, hello, my name is Isabel, and I am running for president for real this time, and also secretary and treasurer. Because, like I said, if I'm not on board, I might start like getting itchy. So,
truth.
all right. So, if you don't know me, hello, my name is Isabel. I'm a third year computer science major and a philosophy minor. Coming on fourth year, gulp. I'm the current CPP GDC vice president and last year's treasurer. Um, my experience with game dev, I like doing it. I hope I would. I do mostly do programming. I've also dabbled in like writing, 2D art, 3D art, and I would like to get into music production. You may know me as one of this club's greatest Godot shills, which I am. Some of my favorite games are Ultra Kill and Half-Life 2. Um, one of my first election promises is that I will play more games. That is all. I will play more games. If my favorite games doesn't have something else by in it next year, that's a problem. Oh God, no. All right. So, I just want to run down my history with GDC real quick. So I've been in this club for 3 years. I've been in board for 2 of those years. So I first started in a little project called Vertex. I made it with some friends who are now some of my closest friends. I worked on that from fall 2023 to fall 2024. And then that year, I was elected as GDC treasurer for the fall 2024-2025 year. And then that spring 2025, pitched a game called The Internship, and that was an amazing experience. I love my team. The game turned out so well. You should play it. It's really good. Um, and then that same year, I was undemocratically elected vice president, which I currently am. And I'm also currently pitching a game called The Sixth Sun. You should join it. No one joined it. Um, and yeah, that's what I'm currently doing. I've also kind of worked on some other projects throughout the years. Some like project with my peers and friends. This includes Popcorn Teeth, Plague, Into the Dark, Jenny Quasar, Hostile Takeover, and a few game jams. Shout out to Shaq's Halloween Donuts, my goats. All right, so what are my goals if I were to become president, and some ideas? So, oh, I forgot to say something here. My bad. My experience in this club has taught me so much about leadership, both in my roles as board and in game pitches. I've learned and I'm continuing to learn important skills like organization, delegation, and communication, and these are skills I will continue to apply if I were to become president. So, what are those goals and ideas that I briefly mentioned? So, first off, I want to help guide the board to be as efficient and collaborative as we can be. So, I plan to achieve this by having things done in a timely manner and communicating whenever that's not possible. I plan to have very thorough board meetings, and I never want to go into the following week without a plan. So, unfortunately, if I become president and you're part of my board, I may be on you on a little bit. Sorry in advance. All right. So, next. I want to encourage more participation and retention from general club members. So I plan to achieve this by a number of things. This includes something like a monthly survey. So I kind of want to gather more feedback from general members of the club so we can kind of steer the direction of the club and maybe even get ideas for like different events like workshops. On that note, I want to have more variety in club events like workshops and maybe even guest speakers. We should really get on to having more guest speakers and club collaborations. That would also be cool. And lastly, my last goal is I want to better assist teams in their pitches development. So this can include more activities and workshops relating to team building and project management. Maybe we could bring back game pitch office hours if there's interest. I just want to help teams kind of, you know, get their projects going a little bit better. Not that they're doing that, not doing that now, or weren't, but extra help. All right, kind of a couple miscellaneous ideas. So I kind of want to be more active on social media. I feel like, it's better to get more eyes on our club than not. And not just promotional posts. Maybe we could kind of do like, I don't know, polls, memes, whatever the social media manager would do, or whatever they would want to do. And on that note, I know people have said people don't look at the monthly survey. I look at the monthly newsletter. I look at the monthly newsletter. I looked at it in my freshman year, and I think anyone who looks at it is another person that we could have in the club. So even if it's not super thorough, I think we should. That's something we should bring back. Next, I had an idea of having general members be able to host workshops. So I think there's a lot of talented people in this club, and I think it would be really awesome if they had the opportunity to show off their skills to the club and teach everything else a little something. And lastly, I think for a game development club, we could definitely stand to play more games together, kind of having more like game focused socials. So this can include multiplayer games like Peak, maybe even a Minecraft server if we want to put in the work to set that up, and whatever else like the club suggests. Sorry, I left that there. Whoopsie. No, don't worry about that. All right. So, why am I running for president? Well, I personally owe so much to this club. I call me corny, call me a cornball. I would not be the person that I am today without this club, neither in the community and friendships that I've made, my progress as a game developer, and just me as a person, my ability to just even stand up here and just talk to you guys about like myself and like what I'm passionate about. So, yeah, I want to help this club not only just survive, but also thrive. I want to be able to help this club continue to help other people like me who are freshmen, kind of lost, looking for a community and just looking for a place where they can be themselves. Yeah. So, my commitment. I will be 100% transparent. I am a somewhat long distance commuter. It takes me an hour to get home. And coming to campus on kind of odd days is not always super feasible or easy for me. But despite this, I am very committed to, obviously coming to Tuesday meetings. I will always continue to do that as I have already been and hosting them. And then doing a lot of the behind the scenes works to run this meeting. So submitting this club, stuff like budget, help with the budget, DRs, paperwork, science council, tomfoolery. And yeah, so it won't be easy, but I will lean on and delegate to my board a lot. But just know that my commitment to this club is going to be strong and it's going to be stable, and I will look out for all of y'all. And that is all. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for listening. It would be cool and awesome if you voted for me. That's me. That would be me if you vote for me. And good luck to the rest of the candidates. I hope your speeches go awesome.
All right, hello guys. My name is Lucia Maturino Iniguez, and I'm running for either president or the treasurer positions of next year's club. Fine. All right, so about me, I'm a third year computer science major. Next year I'll be fourth year. Go. I'm the current treasurer of the club. I enjoy programming, drawing, sometimes animating, and of course, making games. Yippee! Some experience that I have, well, again, as I've said, I'm the current GDC treasurer. I have experience filling out disbursement requests and managing budget and spending. I was a student aide where I updated and maintained documentation for programs, and I also did some data entry in Excel. Some more experience, I'm also the team lead for Into the Dark, where I have some experience organizing and assigning tasks to myself and others. And I've been involved with the programming, writing, and art of the game. I'm also cooking. Be prepared for spring banquet. I've also been involved in a couple of game jams. Daring Souls, Leprechaun, Death Symphony, Cattled were all done by me and a group of friends. Honestly, couldn't have done it without you guys. Yeah. Yeah! Lucia and Drift Off, I did solo, and I'm actually currently in one. Of course! Now, some goals I have for the club, of course, keep the club running. This is such a great place that I know I can wear the hat of joy and whimsy while I'm doing the election speech. I'd also like to listen to members. I know you guys probably have some great ideas to bring forward to the club, and I would like to, you know, listen. Yes, I would like to get them. I would really like to get those ideas. I'd also like to help encourage game devs to, I guess, pitch their ideas, like actually go through with their ideas. I understand that schoolwork and life can get in the way, but it's really awesome to see how an idea can bring like the final product of the game basically. And yes, the last goal, spread joy and whimsy. Guys, what is game dev without joy and whimsy? All right.
League of Legends.
Now, where to improve? I would really like to encourage collaboration between in the like teams. So I don't know, we could try with pair up people with different skills, different experiences, and have them work together. I'd also like to organize a variety of different events, activities, or workshops for the club, because I know we can get a little bit repetitive, but I would like to change that. Also, I guess this ties into um, my last point. Game jams. I would really like to host a game jam or two and promote other jams because I think they're a good experience to like get into game dev and basically like learn time management like really fast. It makes you think on your feet. No, what? No, what? What? No. All right. So why am I running? So this club has given me a much needed boost of self-confidence. Honestly, I really needed it. One that has given me the confidence to pitch into the dark and even run for a board position. Like I've met some great people I'm glad to call my friends, and I mean I have the confidence to wear the joy and whimsy hat while I'm doing this election speech. Guys. Now, how committed? Yes, I am committed. No, honestly, I like even if I am not on board next year, I would gladly commit to this club anytime. All right, thank you guys.
Okay, everyone can see this. Perfect. Okay. So, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Marco, and this is my president's speech slides. So, a little bit about me. I am a third year computer science major with a minor in data science, and I mostly do programming and try to have experience with leadership. For a lot of the game stuff here, I like to be the programmer, I like to be the lead. I also am a Yuri and Yaoi enjoyer, if you know from our game pitch. Welcome to Overstimulation Hell. This is some of my interest. Personally, I love in roguelike games and specifically an aggro crab game. There's my favorite dev studio of all time, and they're honestly like my drive for why I want to make my own games and just have this passion in gaming in general. There's some other cool stuff. I like JJK currently. Heated rivalry, gay people, woo! And sometimes I touch grass, sometimes. And yeah, I like music. Evil AJR be like, can we skip to the bad part? Yeah. So, my leadership and game dev experience. So, for the Data Science and AI Club, if you don't know, I am the events coordinator committee member. So, in that club, I also do a lot of organization and events coordination, such as datathons and competitions. In the game dev club right now, I am currently one of the leaders for the Catan pitch. I do a lot of the organization of meetings, some programming, some writing, and just pitching silly ideas to our group. I've also been in a couple of game jams, specifically with Cattle or Death Symphony, with our lovely peers in our board. Without them, couldn't make beautiful games such as these. So thank you guys. You guys are amazing. Um, Extra leadership. I'm also an Eagle Scout. So for some plans for the club, my main objective is I want to host a game jam. I think game jams are very good for beginners experience, learning how to work with others under a specific time constraint. And as someone who has also ran datathons before, I have experience in that type of leadership and organization to run something like this. I also want to increase club collaborations. I think it would be cool if we can partner with other clubs for specific events, perhaps like try to get to know people more, connections, increase engagement with this club, fun socials. Um, the heck is falling off. Okay, I want more. As a commuter, it's kind of hard to be on campus on Fridays. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure most of you guys are commuters, so I want to try to have socials that can cater towards commuters. Probably something beyond the campus. I know that Isabel, you said virtual gaming stuff. That would be very cool. Um, Education and opportunities. So, specifically like RUs, perhaps how to get into an internship or RU or guest speakers. A particular guest speaker that I think would be really cool is if we can have someone from the LGBTQ community come talk about their experience in the CS world, the professional world. And I think that opening up and bringing out these opportunities to our club members can expose them to opportunities outside of the school, maybe something over the summer, and just increase engagement overall. Whether it be listen to our members or try to collab with other game dev clubs outside of the campus, perhaps maybe with Fullerton's game dev club or Long Beach's game dev club. Maybe we can even have like some super big game jam. I think that already exists though. I think Spin does that already, but we could also try to host one from ran by us undergraduates. So why vote for me? Um, I have leadership, I have organizational experience. I already have experience running and participating in datathons and game jams, and I have leadership experience in game development projects. Love for the community. This is honestly my favorite club on campus. Yes, I'm also involved in another club, but this one is where I can feel comfortable. I can wear the Joy and Whimsy hat. I could put on eyeliner, and I could still be happy and like be comfortable with myself. And honestly, like I've made so many friends here. I think I've made such a great community with Catan too. I love you guys. I love the board. You guys are all amazing. Um, and honestly, you guys are just very inclusive and very supportive. So I just also want to give back as a result. I've always just wanted to be a positive impact towards others, and I just really want to give, especially freshmen, like opportunities and like tell them about resources that I didn't know when I was a freshman. Because my parents were not. I'm a first gen student. My parents did not know anything about college. I didn't know anything about college, and it took me. Oh, I'm so close, so close. I'm allowed. I didn't know shit about college, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys didn't. It took me what, 3 years to finally be comfortable here, and I want that to be faster for a lot of our freshmen, a lot of our sophomores. I want to tell them that even though we're a commuter college, even though we might be socially dead as a commuter college, that we still have fun things to do on here. I want to increase engagement. I want to help them, expose them to activities, and I just want to make this place a safe space and a place of opportunity for them. Thank you. Uh, and one more surprise. I got this Markiplier board. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody.
Hello, everybody. So my name is Jacob Carrasco, or as most of you know me, Gary. It's fine. You can call me either one. And I'm running for treasurer, secretary. I forgot to put president. Yeah, no, president's there. The first ever quadruple role member of the board. Thank you, thank you. No, I'm just kidding. I forgot about that. So a little bit about me. This is my fourth year in college. I'm a CS major, gonna get my bachelor's soon, in a year or two. In a year, excuse me. I should not say two. You know. Mm. I did a lot of theater in college, high school, and a little bit at Citrus College. I do a little bit of drawing and writing in my own free time. I'm sure, as you know, for people I've worked on game pitches for. And of course, I love video games. A big epic gamer here. I play a lot of Devolver Digital. I love most of Ed McMillan's stuff, you know. And of course, a lot of Nintendo. I know, but Pikmin is epic. I don't know what to tell you. So why should I be allowed anywhere near a board? Well, that would be because I love this club. I love it to bits. I love the socials. I love the general meetings. I love the pitches. I love the workshops. It's great to be here. It's great to know everybody. It's great to talk into this microphone. And I just really want to give back to the club what I feel like it's given me tenfold if I can. And of course, I've already been historian on the board, so I've already attended meetings. I already know the general way they go about. But I'd love to contribute more if I can. Which, unfortunately, I haven't exactly been in a club board, role before in the past. I wasn't a very big joiner in high school, right? But things have changed, and of course, I do have experience with leadership a little bit. I've led a few game pitches, Hostile Takeover, Trupo. Currently, Jenny Quasar. Thanks for no one joining this year. No one knew. Thank you, everyone who was here last year. Thank you very much. I've also led a few team projects in class, of course. I've done a little bit of that, so I think that could make me an all right president. Of course, though, if you want me as just your treasurer, I haven't done a lot of financing, but I know calculus, so I think I'm pretty good at math. I could probably handle a spreadsheet all right. In terms of secretary, well, I just love organizing things, and I love filling out forms, whether that's because of the ADHD or the OCD or the Asperger's, we don't know, but I do love some organization and categorization. Very lovely. In terms of what I'd like to see in this club, I put a couple ideas up here. I'm a big ideas guy, as you know. I think a wider variety in the food during the socials would be nice. I feel like I don't think anyone here hates Costco pizza. Don't out yourself. But I think it'd be nice. It can get a little stale that every week or every 2 weeks it's the same old pizza, same old juice boxes, same old soda. So some do that, and hey, maybe we could even make it an incentive for VIP members. If we get 10 VIP members in the semester, we can think about getting maybe some extra food for the club. Oh yeah. I think also it'd be nice if we got into more fun and creative things. I feel like I love the board meetings. I love the general meetings. So sometimes general meetings can feel a bit like, oh, okay, we're here again. We're just sitting here for 50 minutes. And, oh, we have the pitch presentations or the pitch check-ins. And, it's all well and good. We should have those. But I also think it'd be great if we got up to activities like that Mad Libs game development thing we did a few weeks back. That was fun. It'd be really fun to mess around with some board games or card games. And of course, obviously, we want to hear back from everybody in the club. So getting some polls to see what you would all be interested in doing during these meetings would be nice. We did a Gartic phone once, which did not go well, but we could probably plan that out a bit better and have it go well. And of course, the workshops as well. The workshops I feel are mostly focused on the programming side of things. I feel like we could probably have a few more dedicated to arts, Blender, even actual level design. Like maybe it'd be nice if we could do a meeting where we have like a platformer game with certain mechanics listed, and then we, as a group, try to actually design a tutorial level, like the first level the player goes through, where we try to teach them the mechanics through how the level is laid out, and we draw it on the board, as a little group activity. I think that would be lovely. And that is about it, I'm afraid. I wanted to keep this short, because we don't have a lot of time for these, but I would like to say that, evidently from the previous uh, slides, I may not be the most qualified person in the room to run a club or even be its secretary, but I assure you, I am very adaptable. I can learn new skills very fast. I didn't even know how to program in Java when I got here, so now I'm passing with A's. So, it's one of those things. And of course, above all else, even if I'm historian again, I will take it. I will do anything for the board because, I really just want to leave this club better than when I found it. Thank you.
All right, hello. I am Ethan Pham. This is my presentation. Yeah. So about me, I am from Fresno. That's 4 hours away. It looks like that. It feels like that. It's a microwave. I know. As you can tell, I am the team lead for Extreme Extermination. I know it's a bit difficult to tell. My clothing doesn't exactly scream geese. Uh, So I'm a standard issue GDC member. I play games. I make games. Yeah. Uh, I also have a single year of experience in student council where I performed the most radical change out of the entire council, which was to add a divider between two urinals. Thank you, thank you. I was also the wait, what?
God's word.
Yeah, I was also the de facto leader of an elementary school chess team for 5 years. I was unchallengeable until I was. I was also second in command for a volunteer service where we did food stuff. Yeah. And if that's not enough experience, I was a Clash Royale clan leader for 3 years. I am unchallengeable. I am getting all those positions. So why I want to be the treasurer secretary? Honestly, it's my thank you to this club. It's a very tight knit club. I didn't feel that way about any other clubs. I will draw blood on stage if need be. Anyways, thank you for being a club. I'm glad that all of you are here. I can't put it in words. If this club wasn't here, I would have gone back to Fresno, back to my microwave, and just went to my local college. So thanks for yes. And I want a board position for leadership experience to put on my resume. Yes, yes. And if I went for president, the role of ruling would crush me into fine red paste. And I do believe I want to keep the club running. I want it to be like a canon event for every college game dev, or like if you're just like one of us or something. I don't know. Uh, and also I want to abuse my power and use that everyone. That's why I should be mod on this Discord server. There are no more slides.
Some respect to the silly head. Very cool, very cool. I keep my Glock at the Vatican. Not without me. Anyways, that concludes everyone's presentation. So, for those of you who feel like you are absolutely sure and who you want to vote for and for what position, here is the voting form. Uh, you are not allowed to vote for yourself. I will find you. Huh? I don't know. I didn't really think about it that way. Because that's like 5 people that can't vote. Hi. But, uh, I mean, it would be a disadvantage for you because it forces you to vote on someone at least. So, like, you'd be voting for somebody else. So, candidates, you're not allowed to vote. If you do, which which we hope you don't. We will find out because we will be checking, and there will be consequences. Nothing serious. Your vote is not going to count. We get a slap on the wrist. Um, but yeah, otherwise, if you feel like you're not sure, or you're one of those people in the Discord that is not scanning the QR code, or you're watching the video right now after it gets edited, there will be a post-meeting announcement. Yes, post-meeting announcement, including the link to the voting form. This form closes on Thursday midnight, so results will be announced during the social on Friday, about like an hour in. So show up, especially candidates. If you end up actually getting your roles, it would be cool for you to say like thank you and all that. But yeah, that concludes today's meeting. Here is our Steam group, our Instagram page, and the sign-in sheet yet again in case you missed it. Uh, that's it. Everyone who applied, good luck.